that you...
regards to your lifestyle and how you're living out there and so forth, just let me just ask you a question, just in regards to...
I know, just a question. This is another set of six.
It is. Look, you've managed to ask all the questions, and it's normally that way. So let's have reverse roles, just today. Now let me just reverse roles. Now you put your feet up, and let me ask you some questions first of all. No, Harry, listen, you've got to be fair. Now, let me just ask you, how are you enjoying it now in America?
Oh, okay, these are easy questions. Loving it. It's fantastic. I probably, what I need is a few like mini rugby balls that I can then get Archie involved with the game, because at the moment it's impossible to find any. But I've got a little bit of space outside, which we're fortunate enough to have. So I need to get him playing some rugby league. But I am just unbelievably fortunate and grateful to have outdoor space and see my son be able to be outside, because I know that so many people just haven't had that opportunity in the last 5 months. So our little man is our #1 priority, but then our work after that is the second priority, and we're just doing everything we can to try and play our part in trying to make the world a better place.
I think that's really wonderful there, Harry, because I think you've pleased me, and you've probably pleased a lot of people who probably will see this interview in regards to what you've just said about COVID and the difficulties in regards to the problems of space, people, and being able to associate and doing those basic things in life and everything. And you know,
we have to. All of us take so much for granted, and I think you know some people said, oh, you know, COVID is a virus, is something that doesn't discriminate between classes. It's like, no, I've spoken to people, and I know a lot of people who are stuck in, you know, high-rise block of flats. They can't even see outdoor space. They can't even see grass. And I'm constantly aware of that, though it's not my environment. I'm constantly aware of it, and I think that is one thing that we all need to be really aware of, as these last 5 months really does play a huge part in the next 10, maybe 15 years, as far as people's mental health is concerned. So this is why I think that the rugby league community and any community of people that have spent time together and know what they're looking out for, because you may be fine, you may have a garden, you may have the space, you may be feeling, wow, this is really hard, but just to take that moment and go, if it's hard for me, how much harder must it be for other people as well?
I mean, obviously, we've loved having you here in England, and you've been a great supporter of our great game and everything, and the community of rugby league. And it's going to be great for you to come back. And we're hoping that you're going to come back and obviously grace us again with your company.
Of course.
It's going to be wonderful.
We got a whole Rugby World Cup coming, Rugby League World Cup in next year. So, you know, I definitely plan on coming back. I would have been back already had it not been for COVID. So don't worry, you guys and the rugby league community will have my commitment for as long as I can give it to you, put it that way.
That was interesting listening to. Sorry, it's so inappropriate to post a naked child on their page. Can you imagine if Harry and Meghan did that? I wasn't really looking at the kid. Where is the naked kid? Maybe there's more to the thing. They only showed this portion, so I haven't seen all of the video. So, okay. All right. That's why it's getting more disgusting and insulting to see the antic of these stone-deaf people in those palaces. Okay. What was the thing she said? Harry Stockholm Syndrome in full effect. He loves it in California, USA. Also, Meghan is a terrible social climber, but she is an even worse kidnapper. Harry gets to go outside and is looking to find rugby field. So there was more in the... okay, that's not what I was looking for. Am I in the thread? Yes, I am. There was some stuff that was so funny when it comes to the kidnapping part. Okay, oh please, the day Elizabeth became feminist is the day Prince Andrew goes to jail. Oh God. It's maybe I'm not in the thread. Let's see. Okay, yes, I was not in it. That's why. Okay, LOL, maybe this was Harold during the interview. I'm pretty sure Kempston says Harry is back in England. Harry even said that he was going back to the UK. Harry could have held up a sign that said, "Help me." Yeah, that's where the funny part coming. But then he keep missing his opportunity to get help. Why is that? Wait a minute. What kind of a kidnapper allow her victims to learn to speak so eloquently? Why is Meghan promoting the centering of body and mind and soul business? Why did she let him speak to those rugby people live? She wasn't even in the room feeding him like lines. This girl. Okay, completely utter failure as a kidnapper. He's all tan and trimmed, no regard to the art of imprisonment. Didn't she learn anything living near KP and BP and Windsor Castle? Kensington Palace, oh my goodness. Bitter royal water derangers. How dare he make his son #1 priority? Doesn't he know that Queen's father, brother George, and the monarchy needs him and should be his priority? He can't say he loves it in California. That's disgraceful to the monarchy. Strip them their title. Exactly, especially to strip him of his title part. Yep, Meg is not doing a good job with the hostage situation. Poor Henry. What he said is under duress. I'm very happy for him and God bless the couple. Okay. Wow, I love this guy. He's so genuine. So Meghan is doing a terrible job as a kidnapper. Oh man, that was the part I was wanted to share with you. So now let me get back to one of the audios that I did over the weekend when I was camping, and I think it should have been somewhat a continuation of earlier of the other video that I did. So alright, so here's what I did. Here's the audio for the weekend. Thanks for watching. You know, I should have finished read the quote from the book, and this is even more interesting. Alright, after Harry's vile reputation as portrayed in the media, the British press, which had connected him with a different girl almost every month, made him appear as though he wasn't settling down anytime soon. That was enough for the friend to tell Meghan to be careful. But Meghan couldn't reconcile the tabloid persona with the earnest man she felt so close to now. He's really a nice guy, she insisted. Very sweet, very genuine. You see? Instinct. Another part of this book I had said where I had read where Meghan had said she felt safe with Harry. I did a video. I believe I already edited that video. And now I'm reading here, she didn't go with the tabloid. What she saw when she's with him is not what she believed the tabloid were saying. So she's an actress. She knows how the tabloid works. So this woman, they were not gonna fool. So they were already in plan for them not to be where they are now. So the plan was already set even before they started. So in this part here, they're talking about him being in the military. They explain about, you know, the royal family role and participating in the military. They even mention about Prince Charles, who served in the Royal Navy, and Prince Philip, who had serve in the Royal Navy, and William, who was 7 years in the military. But it was something, it's like a rite of passage. They just do it because they had to. But in the book, they sort of mentioned that for Harry, the military was something much more for him, because in many instances, he always wanted to know how it was outside of the palace wall. I did a video already where I've showed video of him when he was a child with his mom going to Disney, and he craved for the normalcy, and I think I used that as example in the book where I was talking about him, was it when Diana used the kitchen as a place to welcome, you know. In the US, I believe sometimes they said the kitchen is where the heart is. So Diana sort of showed Harry about that. So I always felt like he craved that. But since Diana had passed, he didn't have that kind of craving to see the normalcy, the way people live, the regular family live outside a palace. So for him, since his mom had passed, those little images, those little memories stick to him, remains with him. So, oh, it's raining. It's really, oh my God. I hope my husband come back with the kids because they went fishing. So for him, the military wasn't just a rite of passage for Harry. The military was somewhat a way for him to see how regular people deal with life. And I think by the end of his service, he did find that. So yeah, that's what I got from this part. So yeah, a lot very interesting things about this book. I could always, you know, compare with my life or just in general, reality, pretty much. Yeah, they say here, ever since he was a little boy riding atop a tank while accompanying his parents on official engagement, Harry had wanted to serve his country. After completing his training in Sandhurst, there were debates both publicly and privately about whether Harry could serve in the war in Iraq. Already several years old at that point, there was a need for forward air controllers like himself in the conflict zone, but his high-profile presence a host of complications, yet Harry was adamant he wouldn't be held back at home twiddling my thumbs. So he really wants to be in there. So I'm not going to read much about the military thing because there's a lot of things that already in the news about it, unless if some major ideas come to mind. But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to go into the military. I'm not going to read quote from the military. So he pretty much didn't want to sit back and while everybody else doing the hard work. So if he's going to be in the military, make him do military stuff. That's pretty much his thing. You know, I did say I'm not going to talk about the military thing, but this thing came to mind. If the Queen is the head of the military, so which means once Charles and William become king respectively, that means that they will be in charge of the military. But the problem I'm having with this though, the amount of time that is being spent to degrade, to bad-mouthing Harry, shouldn't they be focusing, especially William, he's younger. Maybe his dad already have that kind of training or mindset about, you know, geography, how to, you know, be tactical and the military thing. Because when you're the head of the military, there's a lot of things to think about. You don't just send somebody over there and go to war. There have to be a tactic into things. So shouldn't, not Harry, shouldn't William be focusing on that instead of focusing on Harry and his wife? That's my thing on this only. Because I'm reading all sort of stuff here. I don't want to go into details, but pretty much it's Harry wants to be in the military. And when they said they were going to send him to Iraq, and the people in Iraq was waiting for him, and you know, they couldn't wait until they cut his ear and sent him back to his grandmother and all of that. That pretty much squashed his deal to go to the war. So I'm thinking this is when this thing came to mind. Why is William, based on the tabloid, allegedly, why are they focusing on the freaking popularity of Harry and his wife? There is so much more involved in his position. Why is he thinking about silly, childish, kindergarten, not even kindergarten stuff. This is preschool stuff being popular. Oh, my house is better than yours. I know that's tabloid. They didn't come out and say, unless, you know, they told the tabloid to write about it. But These are freaking childish nonsense. When the major things that he should be focusing on, William that is pretty much focus on the future, the safety of the Brits. Oh my God. This is what the world is coming into. Oh my goodness. This is crazy.